Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. It's great to see you again in my class, Academic Writing. So today, our focus will be about writing table. All right, so remember, our focus for the semester is IELTS writing. Let's start our class now. So this is the objective of our class today. To enable the students to write reports based on given table. So you will be given a table and you have to write reports based on the given table clearly and coherently using a sufficient range of vocabulary and complex structures, as well as highlighting key features with accurate and developed information. So you have to write equal to band 7 or good users of English. All right? So this is the outline. I'm going to review a little bit what is IELTS writing test because it's very important for you to know and to remember about what does mean by IELTS writing test. And the next is I'm going to touch a little bit about task 1, topics of IELTS writing test, tips and also model answer. Part 3 is task 1. So you will be given a task, writing report based on the given table. So I'll give you a table, then you have to practice writing using the table. And the last one, I'm going to explain to you about the criteria or the marking criteria. Now let's take a look at it one by one. So I'm going to review a little bit about IELTS writing test. What is IELTS writing test? So the writing component of IELTS exam is designed to assess how you write a response appropriately. So you respond in your writing based on the given instructions. Okay? Write a response appropriately. Organize ideas. So you have to organize your ideas in the form of writing based on the given topics or instructions. And use a range of vocabulary and grammar accurately because this is English language testing. So you need to use a wide range of vocabulary and grammar accurately. All right? So basically, this is the definitions of IELTS writing test. The next thing that you need to know is that IELTS writing test comprises 2 tasks. So you will do 2 tasks. Even though in this meeting, we will focus on task number 1, but you need to know that for IELTS writing test, it consists of 2 tasks. And you have to spend 60 minutes to complete all of the 2 tasks. So 2 tasks must be completed within 60 minutes. All right? Now, we will start with task number 1, topics of IELTS writing test. So what is task 1 in IELTS writing, or in this semester, we call it academic writing. So academic writing task 1, principally, you need to write a report based on various kinds of charts. It can be bar chart, line graph, pie chart, table, maps, diagram, process, and so on and so forth. And from the total writing score, task 1 is worth 33% of the total writing marks. Yeah, remember, task 1 is worth 33% of total writing marks. And for task 1, you should write over 150 words with no more than 20 minutes, which means that you have to write less than 20 minutes for one essay or for one report. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you these tips. It's very important for you before you do your task 1. Number 1, the thing that you need to concern for this is put all your key features in the overview. Okay? Take a note that one key feature is not enough for a high score. So put all your key features in the overview. The next is divide your body into paragraphs. So you have some key features and you have to develop the key features, key ideas in body of paragraphs. All right? You don't have to give all details. You can group details together by giving averages or ranges later on. The next is be selective. Don't put too many details in your report. Make sure you write over 150 words. Remember, for IELTS writing test, the minimum number of words is 150. You cannot write less than 150 words, but more than that. And it will be great if you can write less than 200 words. So 150 until 200 words will be a very good range of this report writing task. Okay? The next is use a range of linking devices. For example, if you want to compare something to something, so you have to write the terminology compare. Or if you want to explain something, contrast, you can say oppose, yeah, in terms of while. So basically, you have to use a lot of linking devices to connect one ideas to other ideas from one paragraph to another paragraph. The next thing for this tip is try to avoid being repetitive with your sentence structures. Try hard to use different vocabularies, different structure of sentences. Avoid being repetitive with your sentence structures. It's also important. Next is some words will be repeated, of course, yeah, but there is always a limit to how many synonyms one word has, yeah. As long as you show the skill of paraphrasing and avoid errors, it will be good. It's already fine. All right. So students, remember, there are a lot of various synonyms available for one word. You have to be able to manage or start using those words in different kinds of sentences. You may paraphrase it as well. So then it doesn't look like that you repeat the same sentence. All right. So that's the tips for task 1. I need to inform you, I think I've informed you before, but this is necessary to tell you again about the marking criteria for task 1. So there are 4 things that you need to think and consider. Number 1, task achievement is 25%. How well you answer the questions. For example, there's a table later on. So the table is, the title of the table is about like a population, for example, or about some statistics of sales of a product, for example. So how well you answer the questions, you know, respond to the questions given it's what we call as task achievement. All right. It gives you 25% if you are able to complete that. Number 2, coherence and cohesion. It contributes 25% of the total criteria or score for your task 1. What does it mean by coherence and cohesion? It means that organizations of ideas, how you are able to put the ideas coherently, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and how it is linked and connected to each other. All right. The next thing that is becoming the marking criteria is lexical resources. Your wide range of vocabulary, how complex your vocabulary is, how you're not repeating the vocabulary. So it will be also the marking criteria of your writing. And the last one is your grammar range and accuracy. The use of short and long sentences, for example, how complex compound sentences that you have produced and put into your writings. And please avoid mistakes as much as you can for this writing. All right, so remember, students, there are 4 marking criteria: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammar range and accuracy. And each of the marking criteria contributes 25%, so equals all. Task achievement 25%, coherence and cohesion 25%, lexical resource 25%, and grammar range and accuracy also 25%. Okay, students, I think you have known about this. Okay, this is the explanation of task achievements, that you must be able to address all parts of the task, presents a clear position throughout the response, presents, extends, and supports of the main ideas, and so on and so forth. You can see on the screen. And they should be also very clear in your answer. You should also support your views and arguments with specific examples. All right? So when you talk about coherence and cohesion, it's about sequences of information and how you arrange the ideas logically, manages all aspects of cohesion well, you paraphrase sufficiently and appropriately. So basically, it highlights how you organize the information So it's easy to be understood, and it can be read very easily by the readers in a good structure in each of the paragraph. All right. And this is lexical resources. Again, I already told you that it's about how you use a wide range of vocabulary fluently and flexibly to convey precise meanings. So it's very important for you to study terms and keywords. And the last one is grammar range and accuracy. It's about how you use a wide range of structures. The majority of the sentence are errors-free, makes only very occasional errors or inappropriacy. So minimize the errors in your sentence and paragraph. All right. So I need to tell you again also about the marking criteria, which covers, the band's score. If you look at the screen, you can look at, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when you get 5, it means you are modest users of language, English language. And 6 means that competent users of English language. Good user will be at 7, band 7, very good user is it at band 8. Band 9 means you are expert user of English language. So here you can look at the table on the right side, the last column about the key points of why you get such band score. For example, you're called as expert user if your writing is accurate and full of understanding. You will get band 8 score. You're called as very good user of English language if you produce rare errors, you use complex language well, and so on and so forth. You can look and read on the screen how you try to understand the marking criteria. All right. Now, this is an example of writing report based on table. You need to spend 20 minutes and write around 150 words. So what is the information? Look, you can look at the screen and look at the table. This is the proportion of expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, and Sweden and Turkey in 2022. And you need to be able to describe this table. So look again at the screen. The proportion of expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey in 2022. All right? So learn the table first. Spend like 1 until 2 minutes to skim. Remember, you have 20 minutes, and you also have, I suggest you have 1 until 2 minutes to scan, and screen the table. Look, on the left side, it's country, which consists of Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. The next part, of the table is names of products, or expenditures: food, drinks, tobacco, clothing and footwear, leisure and education. So look at the percentage. So it means that you need to explain the percentage. And also very important for you to look at the highest, the highest expenditure. Which country spend the highest in food, drinks, and tobaccos, in clothing and footwear, and also in leisure and education. You need to also look at the lowest expenditure. So basically, for reporting a chart, you need to look at the highest and the lowest. Then after that, you can look at the trends as well. What is rising and what is, falling, for example. Look at the chart set. So basically, that's the thing that you need to write in your report writing. Now, I'm going to give you the model answer. Look again at the screen. Basically, what you have to report based on the table is the proportion of expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey in 2022. Now, this is the model answer. I will read for you, and you can also read by yourself on screen. The table illustrates the proportions of national expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey on 3 types of consumer items in 2002. Look again at the table. So basically, the very first of the paragraph should paraphrase the information on screen and look again at what is actually there, on the table. So food, drinks, tobacco, clothing, footwear, leisure, education. So it means that in paragraph 1, what you have to write is the table illustrates the proportions of national expenditure in Ireland, Italy, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey on 3 types of consumer items in 2022 or 2002. All right? So the next paragraph, overall, the category of consumer goods that all countries spend most on was food, drinks, and tobacco, which was 3 times higher than on the other types of goods. The low spending could be seen in the category of leisure and education in all 5 countries. The outlay of Turkey was generally higher than the other 4 countries. So look again at the table. So what is the highest? Yeah? Food, drinks, and tobacco average. You look at that. And what is the lowest? Is leisure and education. However, Turkey is the highlight here. All right, so you may write like that in paragraph 2. And the details later will be in the next part. So in terms of food, drinks, and tobacco, Turkey spent the most at 32.14%. The expenditure of Ireland was also high, 28.91%, compared to Sweden, which spent the least, 15.77%. Spain and Italy spent 18.80% and 16.36% respectively. On the other hand, the lowest expenditure was on leisure and education, which accounted for under 5% in all countries. Turkey spent most of these items at just 4.35% of their national expenditure, which is around double that of Spain, 1.98%. So Turkey is the highlight and the lowest is Spain. So it's also mentioned in the details in the next paragraph. Next is clothing and footwear was the third category of consumer goods, and outlays for those items were between 9% in Italy and 5.40% in Sweden. So the national spending in this area for the remaining countries averaged around 6.5%. So this is the details of the next part. So I think you can look again at the table and look also at the model answer I already provided, and you can repeat the video recording later on. All right, students? Now, it's time for you to practice at home. So this is the table that you can try to report, and you can practice at home. Look at the screen. Students, now it's time for you to practice at home. So basically, you have to practice writing task 1, writing report based on the given table. So you have to write at least 150 words in 20 minutes. So this is the table that I gave you. Actually, the table shows the data about underground railway system in 6 major cities with data open, kilometers of road, and passenger number per year in million. So this is the summaries. You can look at the city: London, Paris, Tokyo, Washington DC, Kyoto, and Los Angeles. The next part is date open, kilometers of route, and passenger per year in million. So this is the table that you have to write the report. Okay? So that's all, students. I hope that you can write your report based on the table given very well, and we will discuss about this in the class next week. Okay? So I end this meeting by saying good day and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next week in the class. Bye-bye.